The economist Thomas Sowell uses a phrase called credentialed ignorance. So he uses this in his book, Intellectuals in Society. And essentially what it means is that some people may have foolish ideas, but these people and their ideas are given deference simply because of their credentials. And you see this, it's pretty prevalent in society. I mean, people have set aside their common sense and their ability to think critically and simply chosen to blindly follow whoever has the credentials to speak on whatever issue is at hand. And I see this pretty frequently in my profession, the legal profession. And it's frustrating because some lawyers do not give great advice, and in some instances they give bad advice, yet they're the ones with, the diploma on the wall and the bar license, so people don't follow their common sense. They just blindly follow what the lawyer says. And there are certain phrases and things that lawyers use over and over again that are just kind of stupid and obnoxious. So I thought I'd make a short video just giving you 3 examples. The first threadbare phrase that's used over and over and over again by older attorneys is, "I've been doing this for X number of years. I've been doing this for 20 years. I've been doing this for 30 years. And then it's followed almost invariably by, "And I've never seen that," or "I've never heard of that." And this is supposed to take the place of legal justifications for doing something. Right? The fact that you've done something for decades doesn't necessarily mean that you're then going to give solid advice. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't have a lot of merit for somebody to do something for decades, right? And that should be taken into consideration. But does this person who has practiced law for the past 20, 30 years or more, does he have a legal justification for giving you the advice that he is giving to you? Right? So I consider myself to be an expert on property law. And other property lawyers or people, other lawyers that I have to deal with will say, "Well, I've been doing this for so long, I've never heard of that." When I know that, what I'm proposing is legally justifiable and there's grounds for it. Just because you haven't heard of it doesn't mean it's not so. So when a lawyer says that to you, all right, don't take that to mean that anything he has to say after that is golden advice. All right? It's not true. The second dumb statement that lawyers make, that clients seem to go with or fall for every time, is the "I guarantee" line. "I guarantee this." Every lawyer knows that pretty much nothing is guaranteed in the law, especially when you're talking about litigation. So if you have a legal matter and you're talking with a lawyer about going to trial, going to court, and he tells you, "I guarantee, I'll win this for you, you're going to win," whatever, you should become suspicious, because nothing can be guaranteed, all right? And not just that, but what does success mean? Because you can be successful at trial and you can get a judgment, and it doesn't mean that you're going to get a dime out of the defendant or the debtor or whoever it may be. So how will this lawyer define success? Right? So if you hear, "I guarantee this," you should become suspicious. And then the last thing, it's not so much a statement, but it's more of an attitude that lawyers have. The lawyer wants you to follow his advice, right? He's been doing this for X number of years. You're supposed to listen to him. And occasionally a client will kind of raise an eyebrow and say, I don't know if that's great advice. The lawyer will then go over the top with all of these catastrophes that could happen to you if you don't listen to him, the lawyer. Right? And other professionals do this as well. Accountants, when you're doing your taxes, they'll do it. Doctors, if you don't want to listen to them, they'll do it. They could do it. They might do it. And lawyers might do it as well. So if you don't listen to this lawyer and his advice, then it could be legal and financial ruin for you. Right? So those are just three of the things that you hear over and over and over again from lawyers. And unfortunately, there seems to be a lot of gullible people who just follow right along with it. But don't be one of those people. They're red flags. And if you're talking to a lawyer, you should watch out for them. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, feel free to leave them. Feel free to send messages, and I'd be happy to hear from you.